Family man Chet Ripley drives his family out to a lake resort in Wisconsin for a nice, quiet, relaxing vacation. What could possibly go wrong? Well, Chet's rich, arrogant brother-in-law, Roman Craig, shows up uninvited to surprise them and horn in on their vacation, much to Chet's irritation. What should have been a peaceful trip is now all-out war between Chet and Roman in one of the most underrated comedies of the late 80s, 1988's The Great Outdoors. I'm Connor Eyzaguirre.
And I'm Austin Johnson.
And you're listening to Filmgazm. Happy Friday, listeners. This is our connector to Wednesday's Blair Witch Project episode, the connecting thread being evil camping and fun camping. The Great Outdoors, if you will. The Great Outdoors is a hilarious chapter in the filmographies of both John Candy and Dan Aykroyd, and it happens to be Annette Bening's film debut.
Yeah.
So let's get right into it. What was your experience with The Great Outdoors prior to the podcast?
Great Outdoors is a classic, man. Like you said, it's one of those underrated 80s movies. One of the underrated John Hughes movies, I'd say.
Yeah.
You know, obviously Breakfast Club and 16 Candles and Ferris Bueller's Day Off, but I really like Great Outdoors, man. I think Candy and Aykroyd have this uncanny ability to just match each other's weird energy, and we didn't see it ever before. This is the only time. You know,
it's amazing that we didn't.
And, John Candy dies 6 years later at fucking 43 years old. It's terrible. I thought he was just going to be on a tear, throughout the entire 90s, and it's just unfortunate. But this is one of those golden pieces that you watch and remember him. This movie's awesome. There's definitely a reason we're both on the same page. Like, yeah, let's do Great Outdoors. Yeah, that sounds right.
Plus, it was such a pain in the ass to come up with something that worked for the Blair Witch Project.
Yeah, just woods. Yeah,
this sounded like a great excuse to talk about this movie.
Yeah, just a total counter. Yeah. Complete wacky comedy, against Blair Witch, a very serious, self-serious, found footage horror film. So yeah, just want to change it up a bit.
The Great Outdoors. I had this movie on tape when I was a kid. And then we bought it on DVD when we got a John Candy collection that had The Great Outdoors, Uncle Buck, and this early 80s movie called Going Berserk.
Okay. Which
is so weird.
Who's in that?
Who? I don't remember. Other than John Candy, I don't remember.
No, nobody else?
I think Eugene Levy.
Okay.
It's like 82, 81. It's like really early. He plays this unassuming guy who's about to get married, and he gets hypnotized into acting like a complete asshole for some reason. It's been like a decade since I saw this movie, but it's really weird.
I'll have to check that out, man.
It's an off-the-wall thing to be in that collection.
Well, the 80s are just full of
really random comedies.
Yes, exactly. We've talked about actually one that I would say is right kind of in this, is The Burbs.
Yeah.
Is in that same, just kind of underrated 80s wacko comedies. And I like The Burbs more than this.
Yeah.
But I do The Great Outdoors because Candy and Aykroyd, man, just stellar.
Oh, they're fantastic. So I've been enjoying this movie with my family my whole life.
Yeah.
It's one of our staples. It's so much fun. We watch it, we take it on beach vacations because it's one of the, whenever we go camping or something, we just have it.
Just makes sense.
Fun to watch. The film stars comedy legend John Candy as Chet Ripley, family man. Candy was part of the ensemble of SCTV, sort of Canadian Saturday Night Live, Second City, alongside such famous names as Catherine O'Hara, Rick Moranis, Eugene Levy, and Harold Ramis. He became known for his generous nature and talent for funny characters, quickly rising to one of the top comedy stars in the world by appearing in such films as 1941, The Blues Brothers, Vacation, Stripes, Splash, Volunteers, Little Shop of Horrors, Spaceballs, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Uncle Buck, Home Alone, Cool Runnings, and of course, The Great Outdoors. Talk about a hell of a run.
Incredible.
Candy tragically died of a heart attack in 1994 at the age of 43. And we will never stop talking about John Candy. He's going to live forever.
Oh, yeah. Especially right here on Filmgazm.
Oh, yeah. The films he was involved in, Jesus Christ, for such a short amount of time, great run. The film also stars fellow comedy legend and Oscar nominee Dan Aykroyd as arrogant Chicago douchebag Roman Craig. Just his name, Roman. I hate that name. Sorry to everybody out there named Roman.
You got 3 minutes and $25,000?
Investments, it's what I do. God. Aykroyd was nominated for his performance in 1989's Driving Miss Daisy. He rose to the top of the 80s comedy scene thanks to his role in the first class of Saturday Night Live, alongside John Belushi, Chevy Chase, Jane Curtin, Gilda Radner, Lorraine Newman, and Garrett Morris. He broke into film with his 1980 hit The Blues Brothers, past Filmgazm topic, and appeared in such films as Trading Places, Ghostbusters, Spies Like Us, Chaplin, Coneheads, Tommy Boy, Grosse Point Blank, Evolution, and of course The Great Outdoors. He's set to reprise his role of Dr. Ray Stantz in Ghostbusters Afterlife, set for release on July 10th of this year. Can't fucking wait. Finally, a proper Ghostbusters 3.
Yes.
And again, incredible run. Dan Aykroyd's one of the funniest dudes who ever lived.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, the first time I saw him when I was younger was Tommy Boy, Zelensky, and then of course you see Blues Brothers and all those and da 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 da. So consistent, so consistently good. Everything he does, whether he's on the screen for 2 minutes or an hour, he's awesome. He's so hard to look away from. He's very compelling.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Aykroyd role?
Aykroyd role. Honestly, I think it's Grosse Point Blank.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's mine. Holy shit.
Really?
Yeah, holy
Fuck
shit.
yeah, man.
I didn't think you'd say that. That's great.
Dude, I fucking love the, just like popcorn, just crazy fucking, out of the blue shit. I love that.
Oh, man. and then Zelensky.
Zelensky, yeah.
I love Zelensky. Dominant supporting role. Just very little to work with, but you remember every line. He's so good.
Yeah.
When he gets together, he says it so fast. He's like, send over some flowers and a second pack of ice and tell me. And he steals Rob Lowe's girlfriend. Great. Yeah, so good.
Use the bucket to ice down your marbles.
Yeah, yes, there you go, marbles. Yeah, ice down your marbles.
Sometimes you gotta tie a few factories to the tree and shoot them. It's so great.
Your hands move quickly. Only when they say what they want. We'll do Tommy Boy one day.
Oh yeah. Honestly, my debut with Aykroyd was Ghostbusters.
Okay, yeah.
And,
I saw that and Blues Brothers later. Tommy Boy I was so young. Because my older brother was so obsessed with it. So we just had it on all the time. So I just watched that before. I didn't even know who he was,
Oh, yeah. It's a great movie. Ghostbusters has always been just part of my rotation. Mm-hmm. It's one of my, I call them my tape movies.
Yeah.
I had Tommy Boy, too, on tape. And I love Ray because he's so excited the whole time. Like, Venkman could give a fuck. Egon's, scientific, and Ray's just like, we're finding ghosts.
Yeah.
He's just so happy to be a part of this.
Amped. Yeah.
I love his energy.
Yes. It's perfect. They need it.
Yeah, it's great. Stephanie Faracy plays Connie Ripley, Chet's wife. Faracy has also appeared in such films as Sideways, Hocus Pocus, Flight Plan, Get Him to the Greek, and a ton of TV work. She's popped up all over the place for like 30 years.
Yeah.
Which is cool, because I never realized that she's the mom in Hocus Pocus or Cole Meany's wife in Get Him to the Greek.
Yeah, you really need to see it on IMDb to put it all together.
Yeah, I did that. When I was putting this together, I
Holy
saw
shit.
her on Get Him to the Greek, and I'm like, when the fuck was that? So I went to Netflix and went through the movie, and like, there she is!
Yeah.
It was weird.
Found her! That's great.
Crazy. And then we have Oscar nominee Annette Bening in her debut performance as Kate Craig, Connie's sister and Roman's wife. Bening is a highly accomplished character actress who has been nominated for 4 Oscars for her performances in 1990's The Grifters, 1999's American Beauty, 2004's Being Julia, and 2010's The Kids Are All Right. She's also appeared in The American President, Mars Attacks, Postcards from the Edge, Bugsy, Regarding Henry, and Captain Marvel. She's set to appear in the new Hercule Poirot adventure from Kenneth Branagh, Death on the Nile, set for release on October 9th of this year. Bening, again, incredible actress, has been around for a long time, never faltered. And I fucking love her in Mars Attacks.
Yeah, she's amazing.
She looks different in every film she's in. It's weird. But yeah, she's fantastic. And in this, she's great. She's just such a arrogant... She matches wits with Dan Aykroyd perfectly. They are made for each other.
Yes. Yeah. She's gorgeous, man. I've always loved... She's got a unique look. Annette Bening, she's... Like you said, she kind of adapts and changes all the time. Yeah, she's awesome. Chameleon.
Oh yeah, big time. The film was directed by Howard Deutsch, who also directed such films as Pretty in Pink, Some Kind of Wonderful, The Replacements, and a lot of TV episodes.
Yeah.
The film was written by the king of the 80s teen scene, John Hughes, writer of The Breakfast Club, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Pretty in Pink, 16 Candles, Weird Science, Mr. Mom, Vacation, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Uncle Buck, and Home Alone, among others.
Woo!
Good Lord, this guy knew comedy.
Yeah, this is one of those names that more people should know.
I'm surprised they don't.
Yeah.
I assumed he was up there with the greats. I didn't.
Yeah. Again, I think this is one of those guys you have to see it to whoa, he did all that?
Yeah.
He wrote all of those? Yeah.
Crazy, man.
It's insane.
Fantastic, yeah. Hughes suddenly died in 2009 at age 59 from a heart attack, out of nowhere. It was a huge, big shock. I remember that news. And yeah, his films, again, they define an entire decade.
Yeah.
So great. The Great Outdoors has an IMDb score of 6.7, surprisingly low Rotten Tomatoes score of 40%. It was a box office dud, grossing only $43 million on a budget of $24 million, but it has since gained a cult following.
Yeah.
And I can't believe this wasn't a success. This is
know,
so
man.
funny.
I know, man. And right in the middle of...
Yeah, when they're
John
both
Hughes.
at their height.
Yeah.
And it just went nowhere. I wonder why. Did it come out alongside something else?
It came out in June, summer. Let's find out. I'll look it up as we keep going.
Yeah. So, the plot of The Great Outdoors. So, we open on Chet Ripley, his wife Connie, and their two sons, 16-year-old Buck, 12-year-old Ben. They're on their way to a vacation in Pechagan, Wisconsin, and they're just, they're a family. They're having fun. That song Yakety Yak.
Yeah.
And they're just...
Yakety Yak!
Don't talk back. That's the tone perfectly. These guys,
it does.
they're a fun...
Get ready to get silly.
Yeah. They're a fun family. They like hanging out. And Chet's a good father. He's a good husband. And they're just looking forward to a nice, quiet vacation. They get to the lake, and I love when they go into the check-in cabin or whatever. I don't want to say lobby. it's not a...
The lobby. Look, it's this 5-star hotel.
The horn that says, for prompt service, below me. I like that little touch like that.
Oh, man.
The guy's weird dog that has the porcupine quills. They go to their cabin, and they find a fish in the shower, toilet seats out on the porch, and Chet and his wife start getting a little handsy. They start, kids are at the lake. Might as well, break in the vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to play Smokey's brother, Horny.
Yeah.
Horny the bear.
I love that.
And Roman, his brother-in-law, shows up with a video camera, starts filming it.
Yeah.
God damn.
Just walks right in.
Great introduction to his character, too. Right there, you just know total scumbag.
Yeah. Anybody home? Yeah. This guy.
Sheilana, the wood temptress, and Horny the bear, Smokey's cousin. Oh, just the look on his face. So the Roman's family is his wife Kate and their two twin daughters, Mara and Kara. Creepy little, shining twins.
No kidding, man. They're frightening. And look nothing like what Dan Aykroyd in Annette Bening's Offspring would be. Nothing.
He is not their father.
No.
He is very clearly not their father.
Yeah, I'm just I love this movie, but what the hell? Didn't even fucking try.
My God.
So whenever Great Outdoors came out on June 17th, 1988.
Yeah.
June 15th, Bull Durham came out, which did really well.
There you go.
But other than that, that's really it. And then June 22nd, after that, Who Framed Roger Rabbit came. So it looks like it got lost right there in the middle of those two, which happens. Yeah, happens a lot in the summer.
That's a damn shame. Yeah. But again, I really like these movies that fall through the cracks because they tend to last longer. Mm-hmm. I've never even seen Bull Durham. I do love Roger Rabbit though.
I like Bull Durham. I like it.
Okay.
I like Great Outdoors better. That's tough. They're so different.
I'm not a Costner fan.
Me
At
neither.
all.
Me neither.
I've given him so many chances and I just can't do it anymore.
I'm a big Susan Sarandon fan though.
Okay.
She's good in it. Yeah.
I watched Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves a couple days ago. I want so hard to like that movie. I liked it as a kid.
Yeah.
But now I'm just... Sorry, there was a bug. I just slapped myself in the face. But yeah, Robin Hood's just, every part of that film works except Costner.
Yeah.
He really brings that thing down so hard.
This guy.
And, Christian Slater. I don't know why the fuck he's there, too. But all the Americans, except Morgan Freeman. He does a great job. But everyone else
he's fine, yeah. That's great.
I don't know. There's things I like about it, but that's for another time. So the second, we get little bits of Roman's intro where he's, driving the Mercedes, and he's got that Chicago music. And the second we see him, the very first line he says is, Jet's going to shit a solid gold brick.
Yeah. I'm in.
Such a crude piece of shit. I love him. So it's very clear they weren't invited. This is a surprise. They decided to do this instead of going to Europe. And Jet's like, oh, so the whole week you're going to be here. That's great.
Yeah, all right.
He hates Roman with a passion.
Yeah. As would I.
Yeah, most people hate Roman. He's a douche. He's an investment banker. He's a yuppie. They live in Chicago. And Roman likes to make people know that he's on the he's on the upper crust. He's a 1%er. He likes people to know that he's the richest guy in the room. He's an expert in everything. He's one of those people.
Yes. Yeah.
But at the same time, Chet wants to hate him, but he also is like, how do you make that kind of money? He wants to know how to make that kind of money.
Ultimate conundrum, yeah.
I love when they're meeting they have they're talking about what does he see out at the lake, and I'm trying to look up the quote of what Roman says. It's I see the underdeveloped resources of all these. He just does the most ridiculous shit. One sec, I'm gonna find this quote. Ugh, so great. But Chet, yeah, he just is I see all this shit. I see all a factory, a warehouse, all this potential, and Chet's just what? I see trees.
Yeah, I see some nature.
No one ever accused you of having a grand vision. Just, fucking hell. So he's gonna go put some hot dogs in the grill, and Roman's like, no, no family minds eating hot dogs when he's sharing my cabin. I love that little touch, my cabin. It makes up a bunch of lobster tails.
Yes, yeah.
Just a one-up Chet. You know what the gourmet wanted? Hot dogs. You know what they make those out of, right? Lips and assholes.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Disgusting. You can never look at a hot dog the same.
Lips and assholes. Yeah, it's kind of... I wouldn't say it's ruined hot dogs for me, but I am always thinking of that.
You're like, yeah, I guess I'll eat this.
What's another one? I've had hot dogs my entire life. Suddenly, suddenly it's going to change.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. So, the first night, they have a... they're sitting around a campfire, and Chet tells a campfire story. Tells a story of a giant grizzly bear. I love that.
God, I love that.
The man-eating grizzly bear that Chet met face-to-face in that very cabin when he was on his honeymoon. Mormon just goes, big spender.
Yeah.
So, what a prick. And he's describing this, 10-foot tall grizzly bear that, almost killed him, going through the window, and Chet shot at it with a rifle, and he's like, oh, a gun couldn't kill a bear like that, but the buckshot shaved its head, and it ran off, and they still tell tales of the bald-headed killer bear, and he, throws his booze in the fire, scares the fuck out of them.
Yeah.
Roman says, my grandpa's favorite line is, I'm half drunk here, Chet, I don't need a blast of that ticker like that. I'm half drunk here, Chet. I love that.
Hey, it's so good that his name's Chet because it makes it the fact that I'm half drunk, Chet. Yeah. It's a great name.
It's perfect. It's John Hughes. He just knew how to tap into the funny shit.
Yeah,
he knew exactly how to write these kind of movies.
Yeah,
it's so simple. It's just two families go camping, but he makes it into this great movie.
Yes. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, Breakfast Club is simple as shit.
Yeah.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off is simple as
Kid
shit.
stays home from school. That's it.
Yeah. Breakfast Club. Kids in detention.
Home Alone. Kid gets left behind on vacation.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah. Super like basic. Yeah. Like ideas.
Vacation. Chicago family goes on a drive across country.
Planes, trains, and automobiles. Two guys are lost.
Yeah, pretty much.
They're all you know.
It's amazing what he can do with just a situation.
Yeah.
He's so good at
It's
that.
about the journey, not the destination.
He was so good at that. Goddamn. He gives so many comedians so many great characters.
Yeah. And then
This guy invented Clark Griswold.
on his like relationship with John Candy, like Uncle Buck, and this in Planes, Trains. It's like that's really cool. Seeing that kind of camaraderie. He clearly knew how to write for John Candy.
Oh yeah,
and John Candy knew how to deliver his. I mean, I'll never, that bit that's like made fun of in Family Guy from Planes, Trains, and he's like, I'm the real article.
Oh yeah,
that's like perfect. Like only John Candy can pull that part off, man. Like it's awesome. Yeah, it's really really cool. I wish we could have seen more movies with those two.
Me too.
It really sucks.
I hate all the lost opportunities.
Yeah, and just you want to see the people you love like fulfill their own dreams, and you're like who knows what else they could have done,
Yeah, man. So now that everyone's freaked out by this grizzly bear story,
yeah,
Chet and Roman have to go tell their kids like, it's all a story.
It's fine. It's fine.
So Chet goes to his kids and says, it's just a story my dad told me and his dad told him, and it's fine. There's no bear. Everything's gonna be all right. He's being a dad. Roman goes to his kids, says, good evening. Like he's at a board meeting.
Yeah.
Dude doesn't know how to talk to his kids. And all right, I'm gonna read verbatim what he says to his kids because it's goddamn hilarious. Okay. Good evening. How's it going? Listen, girls, as your father, I feel it incumbent upon me to set the record straight on the validity of the tale which Uncle Chet shared with us this evening. I know that a terrifying story like that, coming from the mouth of a recognized authority figure, could be traumatizing for kids like yourselves. I know that because I had a similar experience with my Uncle Roy in a story he used to tell about a family who went into the woods and was attacked by a band of escaped Army psychiatric patients who had been subjected to violent, hellish, torturous behavior modification experiments. Hold on. I can't do it without laughing. It seems they escaped from the metal boxes the army kept them in, found his family in the woods, fell upon them, slaughtered them, and ate them. Now that story, it gave me nightmares not to be believed. Well, I thought that Uncle Chet's story upset you in the same way. I'm here to say that there actually is no bear, and that all that Uncle Chet was saying was just a yarn spinning for our entertainment. And even if there were a bear out there, I'm in the house to protect you. So, no more thinking about bears, all right? No more thinking about unpleasant things. We're going to close our eyes and dream about nice things, about cuddly, soft, fluffy things. Okay? Super. Good night. Sleep tight. Fucking hell, dude. That is, oh my God.
Yes.
Behavior modification
Yeah,
experiment.
that's my favorite part. That's my favorite part.
And without fail, the kids don't go to sleep at all.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, they indeed are the twins you see in The Shining. Yeah.
God damn, he's such a terrible parent. Oh, I love it.
Good evening.
No more thinking about bears. Oh, God.
Okay, nice. All right, Fluffy.
Uncle Roy. So during the first night, family raccoons raid the garbage cans, and the weird raccoon scenes. I don't know why they make me laugh, but like they're talking about the quality of the food. It's like there's a shitload of raw hot dogs.
Super 80s. Yeah.
You know what they make those out of?
Lips and assholes.
Even the raccoons.
Yeah, they know.
Chet has to clean up the mess the next morning. Next day, the family decides to go out on the lake for water skiing. Roman describes the remote northern woods location as God's country. Wants a speedboat. He says my favorite line in the film, which might be my favorite comedy line ever. Uncle Roman's going to blow some coin on a kick-ass drag boat. I've seen that on T-shirts. I've almost bought them.
Oh, I've got to.
I think I'm finally going to take that plunge. Blow some coin on a kick-ass drag boat. And the boat they buy is called Suck My Wake. Of course.
Oh, man.
And Chet tries to drive the boat and drives it right onto the dock, and Roman just does this great like super Chicago laugh at him. Perfect gif, by the way.
Dad, I love that.
So Chet's teaching his kid how to water ski, showing him, the ropes. Saying, what do you do when you get into trouble? Like, the rope. And Roman's like, come on. Who's going? We doing this?
Yeah, come on.
Chet waves him off, and Roman's like, oh, you're going. Oh, okay. He takes it as a signal, takes off. Chet's holding onto the rope, flies onto over the water. That's great. He's just screaming, you bastard! And they're like, you say it faster. Yeah. So after that, Chet's like, I'm done. I can't do this. I can't spend a week with Roman. He starts packing. And his wife goes in and is like, no, come on, we're having a good time. It'll be fine. And he's like, all right, fine. So during all this, Buck, his older son, goes to the pool hall and meets a local girl named Cammy and starts romancing her. Honestly, I could do without this whole subplot.
Yeah, I don't really know. Yeah.
They just had to give him something to do.
I guess, yeah.
It's pointless and it doesngoing to go anywhere.
No, I just would rather have more banter from Candy and Aykroyd.
Like if she at the end came in and was like, oh, I can, we're going to save the lake or some shit like that. But they never do anything like that.
Yeah, no.
She has no point in this movie.
No.
But he gooses her with the pool cue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So they spark a romance, but nobody cares. And they go to Chet goes to the bear dump, which was funny. It's I never heard that term before this movie, bear dump.
Yeah, no, I didn't know it was a thing. Yeah.
I guess bears will navigate towards like the local dump and just try to eat shit.
Yeah, makes sense.
And people will go and watch, which sounds incredibly dangerous.
Including John Candy.
Yeah. And it's like, you want to see some bears? I'll show you some bears. And he gets out of the car and throws a Zagnut bar at the bears, and the bears start climbing on his car. 2 of them. And everyone's looking at him like, oh my God. He's just like, it's fine.
Just wanted some action.
Tries to drive out, and they're still on top of the fucking car. Well, he says we should have brought Uncle Roman's car. Great. Funny stuff. They go to that party, like the birthday party for the old guy who's dead. Just really fucked up.
Crazy scene. Yeah.
Oliver Roman's like, I can't believe you turned down a female Elvis impersonator for this. Like, personally, I'd rather see a 46-inch bust singing Burnin' Love. I love him so much. Roman Craig never changed.
What a line.
God damn. This movie has so many great lines.
Oh, yeah.
So, Cammy and Buck hanging out. They're going to meet up. Buck says, like, if I ditch you, you never have to speak to me again. That's just to set up that Buck goes to his restaurant with his family, Paul Bunyan's something, and Chet inquires about the old 96er. This 96-ounce steak that if he finishes it, the whole family eats free. It's like one of those, man versus food things. But I've never been one for math, so I had to look up what 96 ounces is. That's 6 pounds of steak.
Yeah.
That if you weigh 100 pounds and you eat a 96er, you are 6% steak.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, dude.
It's disgusting.
So now we come to the age-old question that separates the men from the boys. Could you devour the 96er?
Hell no. Hell no. Look, look at me, man. No. For those of you that don't know, I weigh about 130 pounds. That thing would tear me into shreds.
I'm pushing 300, so frankly, I'd probably do it.
You think you could?
If I hadn't eaten for like a week, I could probably take down the 96er. I'd probably die, but I could do it. I could eat the meat, but he has to eat the gristle. And I don't think I could do that.
It's not about living, it's about finishing the steak. And I think I can do that.
I can't believe they make him eat every bit of that thing. Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't make him eat the fucking plate.
Yeah, I know. Disgusting, that big old slob of fat.
My favorite moment of that scene is when Roman has his ear on Chet's belly. And he's just like, all right, it's processing nicely. You're good.
Oh my god.
He's like his coach. It's ridiculous.
I There's the Cheesy Jane's. Have you been to that restaurant?
I remember that, yeah.
And they do the pounder burger. That's a lot. I've done that, and you get like on a wall or whatever, and like that's a lot.
That's a pound?
Yeah.
It's 6 of those.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck.
I was like sick that day. Yeah. Because
Jesus.
I was like, I want to get in the wall because they take your picture if you finish the burger and they put it on the wall, and I was like, I want to be on the wall.
I've often thought about that, restaurants that have those big, giant food deals where you end up on the wall, and I thought, I could probably do it, but then I thought, what are the consequences of this going to be to me? Because this is going to ruin a couple of days for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to feel right for a while if I eat a fucking pound of burger or 6 pounds of steak.
Jeez.
Or like, a giant fucking pizza. Like,
Yeah.
it sounds cool in theory, but all you're doing is pushing yourself further to the grave.
Yes. Indeed.
Ugh. I love that they tell him, like, he's not done. It's like, yeah, what do you mean? All that's left there is gristle and fat. The guy just like, yeah?
That's
what I'm talking
Those
about.
are some ounces, yeah.
And Jet's just like, he looks so scared. And Roman says, like, all right, fine. If I can get a dessert down him, how about throwing in some t-shirts and hats for the kids? And they walk out and the kids wear t-shirts and hats. Somehow he ate a dessert after all that shit. Oh, so great. So Buck, because his dad was eating a giant steak, didn't go to meet Cammy. I don't know why he didn't just clear out and say, like, I got shit to do.
Yeah.
He had to be there for this.
Like, I really gotta watch my dad eat 100 ounces of steak. Do we really? Yeah.
Gosh, I love when they zoom into the freezer and there's this, like, the glory that is the 96er. Jesus. They plop it down in front of him like it's a whole goddamn cow.
Yeah.
He just looks at it like, ooh. Made an enormous mistake.
Insanity.
He's eating little tiny bites.
Yeah. Snacking.
I don't know why I love this scene so much.
And this movie, man, it's just so. It's actually really weird.
It is really weird. Fucking 96er. So yeah, Buck doesn't meet Cammy, but it doesn't matter because she still talks to him at the end to say goodbye. There is literally, you take that out, nothing changes in this movie.
I just don't understand that whole
It really
part.
bugs me. Ugh. Day later, Chet gives his son a ring that was his father's ring, kind of a family heirloom, and they go to the amusement park, and this might be out of order. 96er might have happened later. Whatever. We're in for penny and for pound. They go to the amusement park. They go to the golf driving range, go-karts, and Roman hits a drive. He drives it, and he hits a tree, and the ball bounces right back into Chet's face.
Yep.
Chet, they go horseback riding. Chet's horse runs off, and he has to walk the whole path, and he shows up completely out of breath. It's just like, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna have a nap. Roman's like, what do you mean? We got a whole day planned. He's like, no, I'm gonna have a nap. He's about to die.
No.
He looks so out of breath. I felt so bad for him. Ugh. Connie and Kate bond at a bar where Kate starts talking about the challenges of being wealthy. Fuck you. Sorry.
She was just getting ready for her role in American Beauty. Yeah.
God, she's so great in that movie.
She is.
She
have you seen The Kids Are All Right?
Not yet.
I own it. I'll let you borrow that, man. My God, she's great. Her and Julianne Moore. Oof.
I love that you have all the random like Oscar-nominated movies that I have
Those are the ones I
missed
try to
over the years.
Those are the ones I try to buy, like
Yeah.
that. Like that was nominated. She was nominated. Because those are the ones that are not going to be on Netflix.
Yeah. Wonder why.
I don't know. The Kids Are All Right. It's really, really fucking good. Mark Ruffalo's in it too. Yeah, it's an awesome
I
movie.
heard that was the movie that rejuvenated his love of acting. He was about to quit.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he talked about that in his.
It's so special. That's
inside.
cool.
It was iconic character for GQ.
Uh-huh.
Mark Ruffalo was about to quit,
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
and he did Kids Are All Right. He's like, you know what? I like doing this.
It's kind of cool.
Good for him.
Well, I bet he's glad he stayed on board because then he got to join Marvel and
Yeah, and so did Annette Bening.
yeah.
Weirdly,
Yep. Well, who hasn't at this point? Yeah.
I know they keep grabbing like the best people.
Yeah, they grab all these legends. Yeah.
I wonder who's gonna be next. Can't wait.
Sky's the limit.
Yeah, man. So cool. So they're talking about, Kate says the only way she can get any pleasure these days is by leaning against the spin cycle. Connie is like, does that really work? She's like, have you ever seen Whiter Whites? Damn. Clearly, not a happy marriage, either one.
Oh,
in the
no.
bedroom, at least.
No.
There's a... I almost forgot about this. It's not in the plot synopsis, but I love this scene where the bat shows up.
Yes.
And Kate freaks out in the middle of the night. It's like, it touched me. And Roman's like, it's been touching it for 12 years. You never freaked.
You never freaked? Oh, that's good.
That's a great line.
Checkmate, Roman.
God damn. So yeah, they got attacked. They got bats flying around, and Chet and Roman dress up in like homemade armor and try to take this thing down, and they beat it to death with a fly swatter. Seems like overkill.
Yeah, I prefer the bat scene in Black Sheep.
Yeah.
When he gets caught in Chris Farley's hair.
Oh, totally inspired by this.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Well, yeah, that movie.
The hell is it? It's Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh, man.
Oh my God, it touched my head.
Oh, my God.
I love Black Sheep.
Me too.
So an argument starts after Chet's trying to light a fire. Roman's saying, like, that's not how you put the paper in. You got to twist it. You twist it.
Yeah.
It's like, maybe I'm just trying to heat the flue. And Roman's like, oh, he's heating the flue. Like, they're just jabbing at each other. And they start arguing. And somebody tells Roman to blow it out his ass. Yeah, I think Connie says that to him. They're acting like, does this mean we're not going to get a Christmas present from Uncle Roman? And he's like, what it means is I like to blow Uncle Roman out my ass.
Oh my gosh.
So Roman then tries to cheat Chet into an investment deal, saying, I found an investment, great opportunity, and your name came up because you're family. And he lies to Chet about about a comment he made at his wedding, calling him a crooked son of a bitch when he was drunk. And Chet, feeling guilty, gives Roman a check for $5,000. And Roman's like, and he's driving away. Kate starts talking about family and how, like, oh, isn't it great we can forgive each other, and that he's such a good brother-in-law that he would invest with you like this. And Roman gets guilty, turns around, and admits to Chet that he's broke, that he hasn't been trading for 2 years. That he gets coffee. Not gonna lie, it felt a little good to
Felt great.
hear him say that. Oh, and before we get to that, another scene. This is not a very well written plot synopsis. Leaves out quite a lot. The guy who is constantly struck by lightning. We got to talk about this guy.
Duh. Yeah, where's that been?
It's not here.
Huh.
I'm on the IMDb version too.
Me too. Yeah. I'm just following along here.
Damn. Well, we can't recite these from memory, obviously. We've done like over, counting bonuses, we've almost done over 90 episodes. So, we got to kind of, get a little help sometimes.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're just not that particularly well written. We got to deal with what we can find. And I noticed with comedies especially, they leave a lot out.
Yeah, they just don't care about the plot.
So this guy has like bleached white hair, and Roman asked him if he's doing some kind of neo skunk thing.
I love that.
And the guy's like, the bartender's like, no, his hair turned white because lightning hit him. He's like, how many times have you been hit? And he's like, 66, like stuttering it out. Like, Jesus Christ, can you survive 66 lightning strikes to the head? No, you can't.
No way.
God damn, this poor guy. I love they're asking him, like, how's it going? He's like, well, it ain't raining. That's good. Jesus, this guy's got to be just afraid for his life at all times. Ugh. There's a line where Roman has to go to the bathroom, says he's going to introduce Mr. Thick Dick to Mr. Urinal Cake. What an asshole. Who says that? Even Chet's like, dude, come on.
Yeah, dickhead.
You prick. So, apologize for that segue. Roman goes back to Chet, tears the check, tells him he made up the story, and says, that's why he came up here, to try to get money from Chet. And Chet's like, I knew it. He's pissed. Meanwhile, during a thunderstorm, lightning guy gets struck by lightning again.
Yes.
67. The twins go missing. They fall into a mine shaft. And nobody can find the kids. So Chet and Roman go to look for him. Chet encourages Roman to finally step up and be a dad, help his kids. Chet goes to get a rope. Roman summons his courage, goes into the mine shaft, rescues his kids, climbs up. And Chet, not knowing that they got out of the mine, goes back to the mine shaft, throws a rope down there, and who should be in there but the bald-headed bear from the story, of course.
Classic.
So he hooks the bear, starts dragging the bear out of the mine shaft, comes face to face with it, and the bear remembers his ass and starts chasing him through the woods. I love it. That's a huge fucking bear.
Giant.
God. I wonder how did they really shave the bear?
I don't know. Like actually, yeah, like an actual live bear.
Is that a bear? Is that a guy in a costume?
Yeah, I think so at the end, yeah.
At the end, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope so.
But then it looks good there at the before, I don't know.
I have no idea. I hope they didn't shave a bear.
Yeah, I know. Like, fuck.
But then again, with some old movies, the Humane Society wasn't exactly...
That's true.
They didn't have that kind of deal yet. A lot of shit went unnoticed.
Oh, yeah, no internet, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. We don't know. Look it up. Find out. Let us know, for once.
For once.
We can't be telling you everything. Tell us some shit. So Chet makes it back to the house. Everybody's all, happy and making sandwiches. And Chet's just like, Big Bear! Big Bear! Big Bear, chase me! He's screaming. The bear knocks the door down. And everyone's, oh my God, giant bear. Nightmares are coming true. And Roman grabs a fire poker, tries to challenge the bear. The bear stands up on its hind legs. And it's like 10 feet tall. And I love Roman's making this terrified face. Like he's going to do shit with that fire poker. My God. The one guy who runs the place shows up with a rifle, the rifle lamp from earlier. And the guy's like, what are you doing with the lamp? He's like, it's loaded. Chet grabs the gun, aims at the bear's ass, and blasts the fur right off this thing's ass. And I hate that part, honestly, because the bear is screaming, and it makes me feel bad.
Yeah, me too.
Ah,
kind of weird, yeah.
Yeah. The bear runs out of the cabin. He's, screaming for bloody murder.
Yeah.
His family's fucked this bear up twice.
His ass is shot off. Yeah.
Oh, poor bear.
No head, no ass.
Oh, man. Jeez. Next morning, the families part on good terms. They've reconciled. They share how the vacation was actually kind of fun, and Roman's last words to Chet are, race you home. And he's like, race me home. What did he mean by that? And Connie's like, it's just for a few weeks until he gets his feet on the ground. He's like, what? No. Like, he's not getting the spot in the garage. We got to move. That's funny. So, yeah, Roman's going to move in with them. I wouldn't mind, honestly. I wish they'd kind of done a sequel to see
my God, yeah.
them just living.
And I want it to open up with them competing for the parking spot in the garage. The beginning of Great Outdoors 2 is them, pulling up. Which continues right off.
Considering this was John Hughes and this, all of his stuff takes place in Chicago, I would have had their neighbors be the Griswolds.
Oh, man.
Oh, that would have been fucking hilarious.
Yeah, dude. Missed opportunity there.
Oh, damn shame. Yeah. And closing credits feature Roman dancing up a storm to Wilson Pickett's Land of a Thousand Dances.
Yep.
And if you look, there's a couple of the songs in the credits that are listed as being performed by Elwood Blues.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I haven't noticed that.
The Elwood Blues Review.
That's awesome.
How fucking cool is that?
I like that a lot.
Yeah. And after the credits, there's another scene with the fucking raccoons talking about how the bear got his ass blasted. Bald on both ends now, is what they say. Poor bear. Poor bear. Funny as hell movie, though. I love it. I give this Great Outdoors solid 9. Hilarious movie. Never fails to crack me up.
Yeah, I give it a big old 8. Solid. Consistent. I'm going to keep watching it forever.
Oh, absolutely. I can talk about it all day.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for today, everybody. Thanks for listening. And if you missed it, check out our episode on the Blair Witch Project this past Wednesday. Next week is our 1-year anniversary redo on The Shining. It's shaping up to be an epic celebration of all things Filmgazm, as well as a proper deep dive into one of the greatest horror movies ever made. Don't miss it. Now, if you'll excuse us, Austin and I are going to head up to Wisconsin to blow some coin on a kick-ass drag boat. See you next Wednesday.